Hello, collective. It's Melana, the Aspiraltotheself, Self, another weekly astrological energy forecast for the week of December 25th to the 31st of 2023. Okay, this will be the last video for this year. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's good to see a new face. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, or member, it's good to see you again. You are my beautiful and lovely soul tribe, and I hope that you are doing absolutely fabulous. You're getting the rest that you need. You're drinking your water. Okay, so I also do collective tarot readings as well as daily messages from your higher self that are in shorts, okay? And a little disclaimer there, if they go too quickly for you, just pause it to read the full message, okay? You only get 60 seconds on YouTube, okay? But I am also the author of 2 books. And I'm super, super excited about this, guys. Okay, so the first book, you guys may already know if this is, not your first time here, not your first rodeo. The first book is The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is a self-love and self-worth based fairy tale about following your intuition, how it can be used to overcome all obstacles, help you to heal from all traumas, as well as get you to your happy ending in whichever way that looks to you, okay? This, just a little disclaimer here, the what's in print now is the 2nd edition. Okay, if you are wanting the 1st edition, which is of a limited supply, you can find it on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com, in which I will autograph it for you. Like I said, the 1st edition is no longer in print, okay? So whatever you buy off of Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Walmart, or anywhere else, okay, it is the 2nd edition, okay? So the 2nd edition was just released. But I'm also the author of my new book that just got released this month. Let me fix my hat here. It's bothering me. I want to be festive, but, I like my comfort. This book is The Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen, okay? This book is about healing from narcissistic abuse, overcoming spiritual warfare, and reclaiming your sovereignty and power over your well-being as well as your whole life. Okay, this is a modern fairy tale. This one is also a modern fairy tale, but it's meant for children, because it's written in a way that even children can understand. However, I have not met an adult who didn't resonate with it in some way, because it has the life lessons that many of us have unfortunately had to encounter, like toxic family or toxic connections that you've had to sever from, like overcoming domestic violence or rape or some kind of emotional abuse. This is in there, okay? But this is an adult fairy tale because it does have some darker elements in there. So I think my writing style is a mixture of Dr. Seuss meets Grimm fairy tale lore conveyance, okay? So just think of that when you read it, because it's in the bard format, meaning it's meant to be spoken aloud and it flows, okay? It's very lyrical, it's supposed to flow, okay? Just like, Dr. Seuss, I'm maybe not gonna wear this. It's annoying. I tried. Okay. So this book, though, is one of my absolute favorite. The illustrations are from a wonderful woman from the UK, Sarah Flannery. She's really good at everything that she does. She's truly a beautiful and talented soul. So please check it out. Okay, the cover here, this picture was one of her illustrations. At the very end of this video, you'll see a brief little snippet of the book, what it's about, some illustrations, some messages from the book, okay? But it's all in all just like, everyone in life has certain things that they have to overcome, okay? You may not get to pick your beginning circumstances, you may not get to pick your family, you may not get to pick who raises you, okay? And unfortunately, you are dealt with the responsibility of healing yourself after, which actually coincides with the messages for this week, okay, in this time period, astrologically, okay? But it's about having to overcome all that, heal yourself from that, as well as, battling your inner demons, whether they are forcibly put on you or it's just a mentality that you've developed, in your younger years. It's written in a way to appeal and to heal to your inner child. That's why it's written in a fairy tale, because it's meant to help heal you, okay? Know that my channel is for entertainment purposes only. That if I mention anything with mental health, any health practices, anything like that, know that it's for entertainment purposes, that if you have any questions in those areas, you need to seek a professional, okay? Have to say that for legal reasons, but This is to help heal those areas, okay? Because many of us have had to heal from those areas, and you want to know how, especially if you've had to deal with like spiritual abuse or, some kind of spiritual warfare, because many in the collective did, and you might need guidance on how to do that, okay? As well as how to reclaim your power when so many people have went way out of their way to take it from you, okay? You might have had to deal with that, and if you have, this book is a great tool, okay? Because like I said, it's meant to appeal and heal your inner child, okay? With the illustrations, with how it's written, okay? So please check this out. It is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, as well as Walmart, okay? So The Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen. So check that out. Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to cleanse the room. I cleanse myself of any ill will, ill intent, negativity, and darkness, that only high vibration and positive energies may flow through as I channel this message. I may take this off because it's annoying me. Yeah, I'm just going to take it off. Annoying the crap out of me. Speaking my truth, because that's what this week's about. Okay. I'm going to have a prayer here. I call upon Anu, Maka, Bav, the Trinity Three, Banja. I call upon the archangels, my ancestors, and the seen and unseen. Please only allow positive, high vibration energies to flow through as I channel this divinely guided message. Please allow me to see what you want the collective to know. That any curses, hexes, evil eye, let they be dissolved, transmuted, and intervened with by the All-High. The sender's mask will be forcibly ripped off. They'll be unable to hide. All their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. Okay, collective, so what we need to know, the background energies. We have retrogrades, okay? So we have Uranus retrograde, which is the wake-up call, to provide us with a breakthrough for independence. Like I said, a lot of us have had to cut off toxic relationships, toxic families, toxic lovers, toxic friends, people who weren't our people, so to speak, people who weren't on our team, people who smiled in our face and were throwing rocks and hiding their hands in the background, okay? People who wanted us to be codependent on them. We, with Neptune retrograde, the veil lifted, the veil is lifted and these people's masks were ripped off. Okay, so we fully saw who these people were. We were unable to discredit it. We were unable to, having a willful ignorance of who these people were. Okay, like we couldn't hide the fact that they weren't meant for us, that they were being deceptive, they were hurting us, they were trying to set us up. Okay, that they didn't have good intentions for us. Okay. So we were provided with that breakthrough, especially, like I said, if they were trying to elicit some kind of codependency with you, trying to purposely put you in a bad spot so that way you would need their help, so they could have some kind of power over you, okay? And then we have Jupiter retrograde, which this week it will go direct, which was wisdom and knowledge, as well as a review of finances and our beliefs surrounding money. Because believe it or not, many of these people were doing things like throwing the rock and hiding their hands, smiling in your face as they're doing dirty in the background. It was over money. They thought that deceiving you, being deceptive, betraying you would have gave them some kind of payout. Okay, maybe they were experiencing some kind of shortage financially, or they're dealing with some kind of strain. Okay, well, they still chose to act incorrectly, because you know what, collective, each person has a choice. And if you know anything about the human experience, about the soul's growth, that we are given obstacles, and all the obstacles can't be overcome. You have to see the lesson, and you have to choose to think positively, and that you can overcome it, and you will, okay? It's a lesson for your soul. It's for your soul to grow and evolve, okay? And many things that seem like an obstacle are actually a blessing in disguise, okay? It's meant to rebuild your foundation in a sturdier way, okay? But some people don't want to do the work. They don't want to heal themselves to attract what they want in their life. They'd rather chase, they'd rather take. And then they wonder why their life's shit, because they've got like all these karmic repercussions. And to their finances, to their health, to all these things, because they thought that stealing would be more beneficial than healing, and they're finding out through the hard way that it wasn't. Okay, and then we have Vesta retrograde, which is focusing on transforming our relationships with family in order to protect the home as well as our inner flame. Like I said, a lot of this was we had to sever off connections with family, sever off connections with friends, people who were very close to us, because we realized that they weren't in our corner, they weren't on our team. They didn't want what was best for us. They wanted us to have low self-worth. They wanted us to have low self-love, okay? Because they benefited from you being in that mentality, you being in that mindset, okay? They wanted you to not love yourself. They wanted you to overindulge. They wanted you to have self-sabotaging behaviors because it meant that they had some power over you. And this time period, it's been illuminated of who these people are, okay? They can't hide anymore. All their ill intentions, their deceptions, their betrayals, it's been illuminated for you. The truth's in front of your face. You can't unsee it. And it's because you're being called to protect yourself, to heal yourself, okay? Because your inner flame is important, and you had to separate yourself from any and every person that tried to extinguish it. Then we have the favorite, which is Mercury retrograde, which is going to be in effect until the end of the year. Mercury retrograde is all about travel delays. It's all about accidents, information, technology issues, okay? So just think Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So if it's going backwards, that means that we're going through a forced pause because there was a piece of information that you may have not received yet, or you may have overlooked. And Mercury retrograde is going to make sure you get it before you can move forward. But it's also a time of rest. That's why we always feel so depleted during Mercury retrograde. You're going to feel very depleted, like you're going to feel kind of overburdened, because you're going to try to go fast when you're not meant to go fast, okay? It's just the time of year. But also Mercury is typically when people get karmic payouts. This is when accidents happen, like car accidents, severe, severe events, like people getting really, really sick to where they can't recover from it. Whatever karma that these people have earned for themselves, they typically pay it out in Mercury retrograde. Okay, so this week is December 25th through the 31st. We're going to be talking about the throat chakra, okay? But this is also my last video until New Year's, okay? I'm taking a self-care break and vacation to be with my family. If you've listened to my stories or you've been a very dedicated viewer, you would know that I've been very, very fast, full head on all year long. I was up for promotion at my corporate job, so I worked really hard. I was in the corporate world, I was go, go, go. I was very ambitious and motivated, and, I was growing at a rapid pace, but then my job decided to be weird. My job decided to become very unstable, so then I jumped ship, and I went to a different field. I've published 2 books in 6 months. I became an earning YouTube influencer. Okay, thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for your love and support. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot because it takes a lot of growth. It takes a lot of accountability. It takes a lot of willingness to learn, because I am an ever student, okay? Like, I will always be a student. I always want to learn. I always want to grow, okay? So, I've even had to promote my book myself, so learning advertising, learning focus groups, learning what to do, what not to do, learning how to video edit, which is actually a lot more challenging than people think it is. I've had to learn just a lot of different things, and I've had to just be so fast-paced all year. I moved from one home to another. I had to cut off so many people in my life because it's like as soon as I got my book released, I had a lot of people turn on me. I experienced a lot of betrayal in my life, and especially when I started to elevate, I had a lot of people try to tear me down that I had to just get rid of, and so I went through a lot this year, but it was ultimately for my highest good. But I've had to go through rapid change very quickly. One of my skill sets is to be very adaptable to change and to be able to adjust. but I'm having a well-deserved break, you know, and it just seemed like astrologically, you're not going anywhere fast this week. You're on a forced time out, so I'm literally going to do nothing, which is going to be kind of hard for me because I'm a person who's always doing something. I'm always inventing, I'm always creating, I'm always doing something. You know, like I started an online store, you know, that I'm ever evolving. You know, I've started to go to other towns, you know, in other states to promote my book, you know, and have book signings. I don't advertise it on purpose, you know, because a lot of this has been sharing my books with others and hearing how, like when I speak about my books, when I speak about my books, people, when they hear it, they start to tell me how it resonates. They start to tell me how their story. Oh, I know so-and-so who went through this. Oh, I went through that. Oh my gosh, I need this. You know, so I've had a lot of, you know, success with selling my book by doing that because people, it's a taboo subject, healing. You know, it's a taboo subject to talk about and to express your story, especially if it's an unfavorable one. If you've went through a lot of hardship, you've went through a lot of betrayal in your life, you know, especially if you've had like family and stuff that literally tried to destroy your life, you know, that tried to sabotage you in every way, to hook that codependency because they wanted that power over you, they wanted to destroy you, you know, and they did everything that they could, including black magic, to do that, you know. So believe it or not, it resonates with a lot of people, and it's through these connections that I find that, one, I've had success, but two, it's not about the monetary gain for me, because I don't do this for monetary gain. I do it to be, you know, I think it's an equal give and take, you know, now that I am earning, you know, because when you are a writer, you don't get paid for like 4 months. I don't know if people know that or not, but it takes 4 months for the printers to pay you. So I'm finally getting my income from my first book, you know, because it didn't release fully until July. So I'm starting to get, you know, the money for my book, you know, but it took a lot of advertising. It took a lot of just outreach, okay, to do that. But like I said, I experienced so much jealousy, so much betrayal just by all these people that I knew, you know, and even like sabotage. Like, we're not even just talking betrayal, we're talking like sabotage. People tried to set me up. People tried to make my book a failure. Like, there was so many things going on in the background that people were trying to do because they were jealous of my success, which is really stupid and hilarious in a way, because I'm the kind of person that when I get a blessing, if you're around me, if you're someone who's in my soul tribe, I will extend my hand down to help you up. You know, like I use one of my friends to help advertise for me for her marketing firm. I used a family member who, I mean, I don't speak to anymore because of the betrayal, but she had a graphic design degree. She did art, and I paid her what the market would have paid her for her artwork for my first book. You know, like, I gave people opportunities when I got an opportunity, and instead of trying to eat with me at my table, they decided to try to backstab me and humble me. And it's like, what the fuck, you know? But it was an eye-opener, and it was for my highest good. Like, I don't harbor any hatred in my heart for these people. I have forgiven them, but it's like, you know, I hope you heal, and I hope you peace and blessings, but stay the fuck away from me kind of vibe, you know? Like, children make mistakes. Adults make decisions. And it's like, if you came from a place of woundedness, if you came from a place of, you know, pure hurt and all that, and then you just decided to attack someone who didn't do anything to you, and now you're reaping that karma, like, take that energy. You brought that energy, now take that energy that you got. Like, don't come to me, don't be trying to apologize, don't email me, don't be texting me or calling me because I changed my number, I changed my location, I did all of this because of this, you know? Like, it was truly an eye-opener. And the reason why, guys, is like astrologically, but also on a divine level, because it is linked, that I had to have all the narcissistic people around me be exposed because they weren't allowed to come with me when I experienced my level up. And it was done in such a way that, like, what they did would technically be unforgivable. Like, there's no going back from that, you know? But like I said, I forgave them, but I gave them for me. But rest assured, they're being held accountable for their actions, you know? Like, but, you know, because I didn't do anything in despite of anybody, you know? I've helped a lot of people in my come up, you know? And that's also why I don't market where I go or what I do. You know, a private life is a happy life. That was a big lesson for me this year because, you know, unfortunately, like I said, the people around you, your family, your lovers, your friends, they don't want the best for you, especially if you outshine them or if you keep elevating and they haven't. So instead of deciding to heal themselves and to grow, they want to sabotage you, they want to betray you, they want to force you down to be in the muck with them because they don't want to grow. And then they'll start to project on you. So everything they hate about themselves, they will project onto you or they'll spew it to others. Like we're talking a full-on like smear campaign. I've had so much shit said about me. It's like, I don't care because none of these people had the balls to say it to me, you know? Like not one of them had the balls to say anything to me, you know? But they're going around trying to discredit my business, trying to discredit my book. None of these people can hold a candle to me, and I mean that sincerely. You know, like, if you look at my life and the obstacles I've had and all these challenges and hurdles I had to overcome and where I'm at now, it's like, you couldn't do that. Like, one of my obstacles would have defeated you. Like, it would have full-on ended you, period. Like, your life would be over, everything would be over, you'd be, oh, poor me, you'd be stuck in that victim mentality, you'd be done. And it's like, and I had consistent obstacles, consistent hurdles. And I'm blessed for it now, and I'm very grateful for it, you know, and because I earned it, nobody can take it away from me. No one. You know, and people go, well, don't you need so-and-so for something? Like, say if it's family. Because I've had absolutely no love, and I've had no support, and absolutely no assistance, and I've had to do everything on my own. The only thing that people around me that were supposed to be there for me taught me was resiliency and self-love and self-worth. That is the only lessons they taught me, which means I don't need them. If people are in my life, I want them there. I don't need anyone. I don't, and that was a hard lesson for me. I had forced independence on me since I was a child. And it's like, I don't need people for shit. I have absolutely no problem intentionally burning a bridge. Because you know what? They taught me with all the obstacles they put on my plate, all the self-sabotaging things they tried to do to me, all the little black magic and witchcraft they were doing in the background to set me up and trap me to where I couldn't get out of things, and I did anyway. All you did was build my confidence. All you did was build my resiliency and knowing that no matter what happens, I can do it and I can do it again. You know, every time I've gotten knocked down, I not only did I rise, but I rose higher and I got more. So I've been at least knocked down 3 times in my life. We're talking like I've been on the street. I've had homelessness where I've had to live with someone with kids. You know, I've had all this shit happen to me, or happen for me, should I say. I've had all this shit happen for me to know that no matter what situation presents itself, I got me and I can take care of me and I can do it, and not only will I will elevate higher than I ever was. I'm a privileged lady because of everything that I did for the past 20 years from all the people that tried to betray me, hurt me, or sacrifice me. You know, so like I earned everything that I got, you know, like, and nobody can take it from me. They've tried, but you can't take someone's character, their morals, you know, you can't take their integrity. And you know what? I'm never alone. I have the divine, I have my ancestors, I have my spirit guides, and more importantly, I've got myself. And you know what? Myself has never let me down. Never. Not with the mental magic, not with the dream state magic, not with any of that. Okay? Like, not any of it. My higher self has always been there for me, and the divine has always been there for me, no matter how many people have tried to sever my connection to the divine, try to make me turn my back on God, try to make me, like, essentially embrace the dark side so they could sacrifice me. Because you can't sacrifice someone unless they're a corrupted soul. You can't sacrifice a high vibrational pure soul, especially if it's being reincarnated. You can't. Like, this isn't my first rodeo, you know? So I know it's kind of a long thing, but I deserve a break. So I'm going to literally do nothing, and I encourage you to do the same next week because it's going to be very hard. The energy is going to be very intense. okay? It's going to be very intense, and there may even be some illusions placed around us that cause us a little distress, but know that everything is not as it seems. It's a blessing in disguise, okay? Because this week is a forced pause timeout to heal ourselves, to rejuvenate our energy as we undergo an expansion to our consciousness. I told you this is the ascension. You know, Mercury retrograde for us, if you look at my other videos, it's all about the ascension. We've ascended, and we're highering our vibration, and we're deepening our consciousness. We're getting out of the matrix, which is what the powers that be, you know, in the 3D did not want. They want us to live out of our root chakra. They want us to live in fear, okay? Because you're easy to manipulate when you live in a state of fear, and you're easy to distract, essentially. Because fear creates stress, and stress gives you a shorter life, a lot of health problems, and it completely takes away your happiness, which blocks your blessings, stops your opportunities, blocks you from meaningful connections, okay? Like, that's what that's all about, okay? So don't overexert yourself this week. Rest as much as possible, and this is ultimately to give our voice, to give our heart a voice to express its desires and experiences, because this time period astrologically is all about healing and healing old heart wounds, releasing the past. Okay, the 12-12 portal was one of the biggest days for the ascension, okay, one of the most pivotal days, and it was all about releasing past trauma, releasing old heart wounds that were preventing us from moving forward, okay? So that's what that's all been about. So we have December 25th, which is Christmas, and I'm gonna say this and bear with me, okay, because I just learned it. Noleg Hana Witch, which means Happy Christmas in Gaelic. So we're gonna have Venus trine Neptune on this day, which is gonna have us plant seeds of compassion to soothe the low self-love, as there will be an illusion placed around our relationships and finances. When love is in the heart, fear cannot dwell there. December 26th, the full moon will be in Cancer, as well as Chiron will go direct. So this is going to be a forced, paused rest period, as this is a time of great healing that requires us to practice self-care in order to expand our consciousness, okay? It's a time to change unhealthy habits and to create space for a healthier way of living and being. December 27th, Mercury squares Neptune. Mercury will conjunction Mars, as well as the Sun will trine Neptune. You're going to receive messages from others, or it's going to be like an intense dream, so think vivid dream, that may illuminate an obstacle needing to be overcome. The situation will not be as it seems, so don't freak out, okay? As we will have the luck to overcome this obstacle, this is a blessing in disguise. You may not see it that way at the moment, but know that it is. December 28th, Mars squares Neptune. The moon will be in Leo, as well as Venus will sextile Pluto. Be mindful of your emotions, okay? Because Mars is there, and Mars has the ability to create or destroy. So think high passion, okay? As there's going to be an illusion surrounding natural justice that may cause distress, okay? Our intuition is going to focus on happiness and letting our inner light shine, as our relationships and finances undergo a powerful and passionate transformation. December 29th, Venus will be in Sagittarius and will remain in Sagittarius until January 24th of 2024. We will have optimism to be our true authentic self, as it will be safe to do so, okay? As we develop an absolute appreciation of your true essence and quirky personality, okay? So love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally, because you know what? No one's going to show you that beside yourself. It's not until you love yourself unconditionally that will mirror that in another person. You have to love yourself that way, because how we feel about ourselves is mirrored to other people, okay? And then despite the clash that you may get, because believe it or not, like I said, people do not want to see you happy. There's happy haters out there. There's people that think that you should be humbled because of your self-love. Oh, she thinks she's all that, or she thinks she's all this, or they think they really got it like that, okay? One, projection is a confession. Don't take it personally. Many people project how they feel about themselves onto other people based on how they judge other people, okay? For anyone wanting to humble you because you love yourself and you're not hurting anyone by doing that, it's because, one, they benefited from you not having self-love and self-worth, and you're not easy to manipulate anymore. So therefore, they villainize you. They make you feel like, oh, well, because you love yourself, you have boundaries, there's something wrong with you, you're in your villain era. Good. Stay that way. Because you love you, which means you're going to make good choices for you, and choices that are for your highest good to get you the future you want, so you can attract versus chase what it is you're trying to manifest, okay? Whatever life you're trying to create, you can do that through self-love. The people who don't want you to love yourself, who want you to hide your light, who want you to hide all your best qualities about yourself, that don't want you to shine, that don't want you to stand up proud and be who you are supposed to be, are the people that benefited from you not being you, that benefited from you being hidden, you being smaller, because maybe they felt that you outshone them, or they feel like belittling you makes them seem bigger, okay? And honestly, all you need to hear when people say this kind of shit about you is, I have absolutely no self-love and self-worth, and seeing you having self-love for yourself is a direct mirror to me that I cannot hide of the image that I have absolutely no self-love or self-worth about myself. Your glow up irritates their inner demons, because it's easier for them to target you, to slander you, to spread rumors about you, to gossip about you, to try to tear you down than it is for them to look at themselves in the mirror and to face their own inner demons. It's easier that way for them, okay? Who gives a fuck what these people say? I say this all the time. Who the fuck are these people? What do they have accomplished? Are they happy? No. Do they feel fulfilled in their lives? No. Happy people and fulfilled people don't gossip about other people, because gossip is one of the lowest forms of communication. And people who believe gossip are also low IQ people. People who believe gossip are easy to manipulate. And if they take action based off what they heard in gossip, know that they got played. You got played and manipulated by somebody who had an ulterior motive, and they used you to stop themselves from receiving karma. You got played. Know that. You got played. Like, if you are one of those people that listen to gossip, you formulate your judgment, your mentality, your opinion on another human being that you've never spoken to, or you don't know anything about them, and then you took action on that. Like, you made a decisive effort to attack a person that you didn't know anything about. You didn't know anything about their story. You've never spoken to them, and you actioned on it. That person only did that so that way you would reap the karma. They used you as a Decepticon. They used you as a good. And you played right in their hands like putty, because you are easy to manipulate. If someone's gossiping about you, or people do it because they want to get an emotional reaction out of you, like they love, and the family is really like this. Oh, I heard so-and-so said this about you at the family function. That person is only bringing that to you because they want to emotionally trigger you. They want to hear it. They want you to get excited. They want you to get very passionate about it. And my collective readings this week were all about that. Like, for Christmas and for the full moon, for the winter solstice, okay, so think December 21st to the 26th. These people are only coming to you, so these family members are only coming to you to get an emotional reaction out of you. They want to trigger you. They want you to get mad. They want you to get passionate. They want you to get explosive. So they're going to bring you some kind of conflict because they're hopeful that they can. They want to disrupt your peace in any way they can. So if you choose not to partake in the family festivities, know that someone's going to try to bring you into it. They're going to call you. They're going to text you. They're going to send you an email. They may even show up at your doorstep. If you've cut these people out, I'm going to give you my own advice for this. Do not entertain. No response is a response. Don't entertain it. Because once you do, you open that portal to you. And you will share their karma. They only want to disrupt your peace. They only want to get a rise out of you because they see that you're unbothered, they see that you're happy, and they don't like it. So they're going to bring you some half-truths, some lies, maybe even a little pity party because they want you to feel some type of way. They want to take advantage of your good nature. Don't fall prey to that. And if they come to your door, treat them exactly like a trespasser. That's my own advice to even myself. Like, if I cut you off, like I said, I don't wish any bad to fall upon you. I don't have any hatred in my heart for you. Know that, okay? Like, I've forgiven you. Trust and believe I know everything that you did. And for some of it, I was there. I was there. Like, and I was inspired to say this. My ancestors most definitely want me to say it, so I'm going to say it. And it's throat chakra week, and you know what? You don't like me sharing it. Careful who you send your energy to. I had a person that tried to do sex magic on me, which is spiritual rape, by the way. It means that they are calling upon your energy. They're invoking you. They light their candles, their red candle, their black candle. They're calling on some entity, okay, some low vibrational entity. They are either using a picture of you or they have a picture of you in their mind. And they're trying to send you some kind of sensual energy. They're trying to send you some kind of, they want you to feel some type of way about them. Either they're trying to distort your sacral chakra energy, they're trying to siphon your sacral chakra energy, they're trying to disrupt your root chakra energy, okay? Like if you were ever raped or something like that, they want you to relive it, okay? Or they want you to feel some kind of passion towards them, like make themselves irresistible to you, okay? Ultimately, or they want you to not be faithful. So say if you're married or with a partner that you're very loyal to, they want you to not be loyal to your partner, and they want you to be in third-party situations or to cheat. Someone invoked me during a sex magic ritual, which is spiritual rape. That's exactly how we treat karmically, by the way. So know that there will be no mercy that is shown to you. And because you forcefully put me in your energy, I know your fate. And I know that you don't make it past winter time. Because you did way too much. This wasn't your first time. But this last time, I was there with you, and so were my ancestors. I was in the room with you. You called upon me, you invoked me, and my astral projected self was standing right next to you on your right-hand side. My ancestors were on the left-hand side where you were picturing me or using a picture of me from here to here. Now, I've been with my husband for 1.5 years, and my husband knows of the prophecies that are written because I write every prophecy and dream that I ever have down, and I have at least 8 books on this, on every single prophecy and dream I have, okay? My husband knows of the prophecy of him a year before I met him. He read it. He read the dates. He read what was said, how he was described. And he knows that I went through a rebirth of my virginity, meaning I went through a period of celibacy, and I purified my body and my mind and everything, and I healed myself before I got with him. Like we're talking, I cut off all the male suitors, that I was dating. I, didn't date or speak to any other man for 6 months, and I completely purified my body. Okay, so I reclaimed my virginity in a way, okay? So for any person to have a picture of me, it's very old, and it's disgusting, and says a lot about you that you've kept it, especially since this person has a partner or had a partner in this time period. And this person was even married. You're gross, you're decrepit, you're vile. You're a whole nother sector of POS. And that's why your life's shit. I forgive you though. I forgive you. I have no hatred in my heart for you because like I said, I know you don't make it past winter. You forced me to see your fate. But I was there, and so are my ancestors as you tried to violate my energy. Yeah, and since we're into this and we're sharing truths, dream state magic. We'll talk about that. What you see can see you too. So if you think you're going to infiltrate someone's dream to disrupt their mind, know that you give them access to yours too. Know that. What you see can see you too. So you can try to cloak yourself in the other person's energy. You can try to be them, what have you. You can try to put some kind of narrative in their mind to make them promiscuous or to make them hate themselves or self-sabotage or, something like that. They can see you. And if that person has some kind of abilities, they know everything about you. Okay? Because I'm a healer, and this is my way of giving back, I'm going to give back. You may not be able to afford the healing session with me. I don't hold it against you, I do this to give back. So, but because you violated my boundaries, or tried to, because know that I'm always protected. So, if anything, you misjudged a book by its cover and you fell into a trap. You were baited. Because I look a certain way doesn't mean I'm not strong, and it doesn't mean I'm not powerful, and it doesn't mean that I don't have abilities, and that I'm not protected. Never misjudge a book by its cover, because it may just be bait. But since you violated my boundaries, I'm going to give you a healing session right now. You want to know my intention? You got it. You want it? I'm going to forcefully rip the Band-Aid off now. Okay. So what I saw in your mind, that the only reason you did it is because you realized you completely messed up in your life, that you realized every single person that's been around you was not your friend, was not in your corner, they're not your people, they set you up. Some of these people were even your own parents, specifically your mother. Your mother is very sinister and did things in the background to sabotage your life in every way. As a child, she even purposely inflicted wounds on you so that way later in life she could exploit them with dark magic. This is a narcissist. Okay? She wanted you to have absolutely no self-worth. She wanted you to people please. So that way you would only cater to her word and her word only. Any relationship that you've had that was loving, unconditionally loving, and that was for your highest benefit, she disapproved of and told you not to date. But she highly recommended all the people that would sabotage your life and set you up to trap you to where you couldn't get out of. This was your own mother. Okay? Let's get deeper though. Let's get real deep. Your mother, your latest one, your latest relationship that you're married to, or were at least, knew that this person was toxic for you, and the only reason she allowed you to be in this relationship or wanted you to be in this relationship was because she could control you. And the only reason she didn't want you to be with the person who was your soulmate, who was unconditionally loving to you, and is the only person to show you unconditional love, is because she couldn't control you and didn't like that you would have had some independence and would have fulfilled your destiny, which she didn't like because it was the opposite end of where she was. Because she's dark. And your destiny was supposed to be light. You were supposed to have a spiritual throne that you got tricked out of. The people that you choose to be around are now your Decepticons. You chose to be around peasants. You were supposed to be a spiritual leader. You were supposed to have power. And you got a little taste of it, and then you used it to hurt other people. Okay? Because you came from a place of woundedness. That every action you didn't make with a logical choice. You made it because you were hurt. And it wasn't the person who hurt you, it was your mother who hurt you. Those inner childhood wounds where she tried to tell you that every person that you got with that loved you only wanted to be with you for money, and that you shouldn't be with them. Let's get deeper. The only reason that these people wanted to be with you was for money, and so she tried to separate any connection with stability and love for you. Who do you end up with every single time that your relationship doesn't work? Because every single relationship hasn't worked that you've moved in with the other person or you've gotten some kind of stability with them, has it? Where do you end up? Do you end up in her home, under her care, under her control? using her money, where do you end up? Tell me. Do you end up in her home? Because every single time you get into a toxic relationship, you end up back under her care, where she has full sight over you, controls you, gets you to do things like drink, smoke. She places curses on you so you do that, so you have this deep void that you are trying to fill, and you try to fill it with sex, with random people, with drugs, with alcohol, with witchcraft. Try to get you to fill it with power. And it attracted you to the dark, right? This is all stuff you know, right? Try to attract you to the dark. Wasn't even above attaching demons to you to make you stay in the dark. So you never truly had full reign over your mind. Let's get deeper. Every single time you've had love, she told you it wasn't a good person. Every single time. Every time you've done something that you loved, that you were called to, she made fun of it. And when you did these self-sabotaging behaviors, like your third-party situations, because you never truly had a fulfilling or equal relationship that had good boundaries, that was an equal give and take. Each time you partook in one of this, what did she do? She shamed you for it. So furthering those wounds. So your last relationship, what happened? Both your partner and your mom did witchcraft on you to destroy you. We're talking fertility spells to get pregnant. We're talking finances to destroy that, to get you to not trust your own mind or intuition, to block it. Like I said, even attaching demons to you, or low entities or parasitic entities, so that you would always fill this void that you would never get out of. This is all stuff you know because you're recently going through a divorce. You're in court. Your past actions have caught up to you because you made them out of a wounded place and out of a logical choice. You wanted to hurt because you were easily manipulated by those around you, your Decepticons, who didn't want you to be happy. So they fed you lies about this person that you willingly believed because you understood that you self-sabotaged the relationship and that person didn't want to be with you anymore. And so then you decided to villainize this person every way, did a smear campaign, tried to ruin their reputation, all on the lies of other people who didn't even know the person. And now you're in this deep, 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 dark place that you'll never get out of because you went too far, way too far on the spiritual realm. And now you're paying for it. Paying for it. You haven't experienced any joy. Nothing brings you happiness. That's why you fill it with sex, with drugs, with people. It doesn't matter who you lay with or what you put in your body, you feel nothing. Because of the wounds and the wounds that people have exploited. And the same person that your mother recommended to you cheated on you and even made you question the paternity of your child. You even found a ledger book that had every single person's name in it and what they were able to steal from them, how much money they were able to steal from them, including your own name. And that is why you got the divorce. That's why. You found the ledger book. You found it. You found your name and how many pennies they were able to squeeze out of you. You found out that your whole proposal, your whole commitment to this person was a lie that was specifically and ordainedly created through witchcraft. We're talking love spell after love spell after love spell and fertility spells, all wrapped around sex, magic, and lust. That your whole life for the past 3 years has been a lie. And now you're in so far of a deep and dark despair you can't get out of it because you realize you got tricked out of your own spot, that you're not going to make it to 40. And that is something that you did because you refused to heal or to acknowledge your wounds. But you forced me to look at them. Let it go how you wanted it to go. Respect people's boundaries. Respect other people and their property and their lives. And know that your outside world, your external, is a complete and total representation of what is in your internal world. That energy that you put out is what you're getting back. Which I know is why you're scared. And that you know you can't escape this. You can't escape your fate. And your fate is very dark. Because you failed to learn a lesson that your soul didn't learn through many lifetimes with the same people. Respect people's boundaries, collective. I say it all the time. Careful who you send your energy to. You don't know what they'll do with it. But this person, I encourage you to read or to hear your healing session in one of my videos. I'll attach it to the end of this one. Because I got your story. You gave it to me. Because you thought you were going to do something to my mental state. But instead you gave me a full look at what exactly makes you tick and why you're messed up. And I hope that you get the healing and help that you need. Because no, you're going through a very dark night of the soul, an ego death, and it's painful. Respect people's boundaries. So, let's get into the throat chakra. The throat chakra here is typically the color blue, and I would typically wear the color of the chakra, however, I wanted to be festive. It is how we express what we think, feel, see, desire, and detest. It's useful for manifesting and self-protection. Say yes or no to life's options. It's the vehicle for our soul's expression as it is the seat of the soul. It speaks verbally and psychically through this chakra to create circumstances necessary to achieve our purpose. The yang function of this chakra relates to expressing and voicing truths. The yin aspect is attuned to receiving guidance. It's the center of clairaudience, to hear or speak psychically to ourselves, spirit guides, the divine, or people. It's a source of telepathy, channeling, and writing are linked to this chakra. Misalignments of this chakra include disorders in the jaw, the mouth, the thyroid, the thymus, the larynx, as well as the inability to say yes or no. So people pleasing, not living your truth. Addictions are typically revolved around oral fixations. So always eating, always talking, always having something in your mouth, being drawn to always snack on salty foods. Okay. What you can do to help with this chakra is listen to music to help process your emotions. Eat healthy snacks instead of the salty ones. Speak verbal affirmations to help you manifest or to help change your reality, your overall well-being. Like, I am beautiful. I am powerful. I will say no to things that aren't in alignment with my truth. Things like that. Say it over and over again. Or talking when exercising, like getting you a buddy to go walking with and talking to them. It will help. And some of this stuff collective is when you talk, you help heal the trauma. Okay? There's a difference between staying stuck in a victim mentality and telling your experiences, no matter how taboo they may be. You can either get pity or you can get respect. Okay? And victim mentality means you label yourself as that experience. Like, say if you went through domestic violence, you go to the groups and that's all you want to talk about is that. But that's because you want to have people pity you, which isn't a good feeling, being pitied. People don't respect you when they pity you. It gets you attention, but it's not good attention, okay? It means that you're easily taken advantage of, and that's how people view you. They view that anything that they do for you is not out of the kindness of their hearts, but like, you should be grateful that I did this for you, kind of way. Versus respect. It was something that happened for you, not to you, and you speak it. You speak your truth to help others who may be going through it, that may need your strength, may need to know your example of your story, that you were able to overcome that it can be overcome. Hence my book, The Princess and Her Inner Voice. It can be overcome. You just have to will it. You just have to want it. You have to choose you. Like the Lagatha quote, "This is not the end of my story. This is not what defeats me." Well, guys, that's the end of this video, and I will see you next year. I'll see you January 1st, so you will not see an astrological video for next week. However, I will have the messages still, like the little daily like memes or posts of what the astrological event is. I'll do that, but there will not be any videos, there will not be any collective tarot readings, there will not be any messages from your higher self, and there will not be another astrological energy forecast until after January 1st of 2024. It has been a great, great year of servicing you guys, being here and helping us grow and evolve together. It has truly been a humbling experience. I love each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful that we were able to be in each other's lives and to help elevate, to share our experiences, and to grow together, and to go within and fulfill this dance called the spiral of the self, learning to master the self. Because none of us are perfect or have it figured out, but we can make choices, and good ones, for ourselves, and we can do our best to grow and to evolve, to be the best versions of ourselves at that time, in that time in our path, okay? Because what you don't learn from, you repeat. That's how it ends up being cycles, okay? But you are my beautiful and lovely soul tribe. I love each and every one of you, and I hope that you take this time to heal, have some self-care. Whatever is holding you back, don't let it hold you back anymore. You're worth so much more than that, okay? You're not your experiences. Don't fall prey to labels, okay? Don't listen to what people are saying about you. Projection is a confession, okay? The only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself. And right now, you really need to rest and rejuvenate and to cut off anything that drains you, okay? But know you're worthy of this. You're worthy of this new cycle. You're worthy of this new beginning. And I'm excited to be a part and to start 2024 with you guys and to navigate this new beginning and this new cycle together. Mila Boykas, 1,000 thanks. Please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priestess and the prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen.